first, before we talk about this, can you explain what the GlamBot is? Because my mom listens to every podcast episode, and I know she's been wondering what the hell we're talking about this whole time. So could you summarize what it is?
So the GlamBot is a high-speed motion control camera system that is run and owned by E! Entertainment for their Live from the Red Carpet show. And it shoots talent on the big award show red carpets in this really surreal, slow motion kind of a visual that is like a new take on the red carpet photos. And so I direct all the GlamBots for E! And you basically just shoot super sweet slow motion with basically all the top talent in the industry.
So, illest job ever.
Yeah, kind of.
So have you been directing all of those for them from the jump since they came up with that
No.
conception?
So the very first award season, they did the Golden Globes and the Grammys, and they had another director. And then the following season, they repositioned and they hired me.
So how'd you trip into that?
So I had worked with one of the red carpet producers, this guy Eddie Delbridge, in 2008 with Miley Cyrus on that very first job. So when we did those dance videos online, we ended up, it sort of was there's a bit of a buzz back then about it. She was hosting the Teen Choice Awards, and they wanted to bring these dance crews onto the Teen Choice Awards and do an on-stage battle at the award show. And so, me and Allison, the same person, and this other girl, Teresa Espinosa, we sort of choreographed and directed her show. We had a producer assigned to us from the Teen Choice Awards, which was this guy, Eddie Delbridge, who is an amazing live event producer. We kind of hit it off. We kept in touch. We'd have lunch once a year, once every 2 years. And then 8 years later, we just followed each other's career, and he had knew what I was shooting with Pink and Katy Perry and CoverGirl. And when they were looking for a new director, it popped in his head oh, Cole would be great because he shot beauty, he knows dance, and he's worked with high-level talent. So they brought me in to meet all the execs. We met. I pitched some sort of ideas for how I saw it working, and they hired me for the Emmys in 2016.
That's insane. Hell yeah, because this goes all the way back to just being a good person on every job that you're in and being sociable and really building that network, because you never know that this person's going to run the show 8 years later. You know what I mean? From that job.
Yeah, he was an executive producer of the Red Carpet show for E! For years after that. You never know how those things are going to play out.
Being on the red carpet is so funny because shit happens so quick. You know what I mean? Every time I've been part of those things, it happens so fast. So you have to kill it, right? You have to kill it really quickly. And I thought it was dope because I think you had you made a video about your experience with Billie Eilish, which is on your channel. It's your top 3 most viewed video or whatever. So what you talked about in that video, and I would love for you to go into that a little bit more, is she was passing by. You didn't even know she was going to be there. You were able to grab her for a second, and you had one shot to get it right. How do you manage that time to make sure that you kill it, making sure the gear is working properly? I'm sure you have a crew that kind of is killing that and making sure everything's running properly, but being able to communicate how to make them feel comfortable. You already talked about that. You want to make them feel beautiful, and these people to feel massive, and this is going to be a cool, I know it looks weird, it's going to be cool. How do you go about doing that?
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that I'm trying to figure out, because sometimes, a lot of the times it gets across well, and I feel talent understands sort of what I'm trying to do and what they need to do to look its best, but then sometimes it just doesn't really work. You know what I mean? And it's just sort of a hard thing you're always negotiating with talent, how much or how little to get them to do it. And I guess the pressure is on because, as you said, it was I only have a moment. I would say 90 to 95% of all the GlamBots you've ever seen are all just one take. We don't ever get a second chance. You know what I mean? On occasion, if they feel they didn't really like it or they felt awkward, they can ask for another take, and sometimes we'll do one. On occasion, we'll know instantly there was some technical issue and we'll ask to do one again. But by and large, it's one and done. You know what I mean? I have 30 seconds to explain how to do it safely, make them feel comfortable, make sure they feel good. make sure we end up with a good GlamBot, you know, so there's a lot going on.
And that's I do love about the behind the scenes is it's so casual, and you bring them in and you make them feel very comfortable immediately, and that makes them trust you. And sometimes they're gonna give you a major twirl or do some wild shit, or sometimes they're just kind of probably like, I'm sure you have some scratches where you're just like, nah, it's not that cool because they did not get what I was talking about.
Yeah, and I always sort of try to, like, people, you know, I always sort of try to take responsibility for that. I'm like, if they didn't do something, it's my fault. You know what I mean? It's not because like they didn't want to. It's because I didn't communicate it in a way that resonated with them for them to understand. Now, granted, it's not like everybody's gonna want to do a jump or a big spin, right? But I take it my responsibility. It's my piece of footage in a sense. I'm the director. If it doesn't turn out right, that's on me. It's not on them.
Right.
They're the actor. You know what I mean?
Are you having real-time editors on the fly there? They're cutting and creating the moments?
Oh yeah. So for the actual GlamBot itself, it's like there's a crew of about 13 people that are working towards making a singular GlamBot.
Right.
And you know, once we shoot, like they're online on E's socials and even in the live show within 15-20 minutes.
Wow.
So we have a truck. So the camera's like pipeline via fiber optics to a truck. Signal goes in there to an the phantom operator is controlling the camera from the truck. He sends it to the ingester. The ingester puts it on a server. The editor pulls it off the server. He edits it. He pushes it out to the live show and to social. Social person uploads it and then it's online.
God.
So I'll be like on my phone and like, oh, I did that person 20 minutes ago. I did that person like 10 minutes ago, you know? So it's like they're pumping them out as it's happening because for the Oscars, for the Grammys, it's like it's such a live minute by minute thing. You want those out like ASAP, but you need a whole squad to do it, you know?
Is there a lot of pressure for you to make sure it hits? Because there are so many variables about it being properly. I mean, it could literally just be out of focus because they leaned in too far. And that
happens a lot, you know what I mean? Like, because we have to shoot like wide open because we're shooting at 1,000 frames a second, we need so much light. So the depth of field is super shallow and the mark is like so small. So if they're a lot of times when you're like, hey, do something big, they're like, ha, and they move forward, like they're totally soft, you know what I mean? So it's like I have to like a lot of the technical aspect of my job is like trying to get a sense for like what they're gonna do, and if they're gonna lean forward, if they're gonna move, I'll like start them away from the mark so they lean into the mark. You know, I do that a lot. But sometimes, you know, they say they're gonna do one thing, they end up doing another thing. You know what I mean? So there's just like there's pressure in the sense of like, you know, I mean it's like I say only one take, but like if it does go horribly wrong, it's dependent on the talent. You know, it's like Brad Pitt is not doing another take. If I'm like, hey, that one got messed up, they'd be like, bye, see you later. You know what I mean? They're like, we're going in.
Yeah.
But, you know, for a good percentage, like say for the top tier, like you're definitely only gonna get one take.
Thanks for listening to this clip. Make sure to listen to the full interview, which is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and wherever else you listen to podcasts. Hit the subscribe button for more highlights and join our Black with No Cream private community for creators. Links in the description.